Good morning, class. We are about halfway through the course, and today we're going to talk about Lesson 6. The topic of the lesson is market potential. However, your readings are all about market research, and they really go together. I can't stress to you enough how important it is to make sure you thoroughly understand all the nuances of your business, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more with the PowerPoints. But before you start business, the amount of effort and work you put into the front end in research and examining what's out there is so critical and so important. I can't even stress it enough. So let's take a look and see what we've got. Let me see if I can find my PowerPoint. There it is. Easiest way to start off is by discussing the information the publishers provided us. So this week you're to read the information within Rio Learn, but you're also asked to go through and read the information in Chapter 3 in the text. Chapter 3 is all about market research. That's what it's all about. Let's get this so you can see it. There we go. From Rio Learn, this is the intent of Lesson 6. These are the items you're expected to look into and have a full understanding of when we're complete. So let's jump into Chapter 3. It won't take us very long. In general, there are two types of business research. One is primary, the other is secondary. Secondary research is research that's already been done by others. It's existing. In general, you don't have to pay for it. What if you want to know, I don't know, the number of people in a certain zip code in a certain town that are over 30 years old? Census data will tell you that. The challenge is with secondary research, it may not be as current as it should be. As you know, census is done every 10 years. If you're in year 9 after a census, it may not be as relevant if you were just 1 year away from the census. Primary research, however, that is the research that you actually pay for. You go to an organization, you ask them to conduct research, or you go to someone in your industry and look for specific research. That's the difference. Quantitative versus qualitative. Quantitative is all about numbers, percentages, averages, things of that nature. Qualitative are more descriptive, more about information and opinions, different ways to capture it. Now, different things you need to consider researching. You need to look at your industry. And what I mean is, think about if you were to categorize your industry, and the text talks about categorization codes that the government uses for NCAIS. So look at your industry. What are the industry trends? Where are you seeing people go in the industry? Is it a long-living industry? Is it going to be around for a long time? Then you look at your market, and the market are the people that may consider or may not consider buying your product. Regardless of what your product is, that's the market. And then you look at the competition and the companies that are out there. What are they doing? What can you learn by watching them? Now, let's start the research process. One of the most important questions you can ask is to make sure you know exactly the right question. So I put a bottle of Gatorade or several bottles up here because I happen to be sitting here drinking a bottle of Gatorade at the moment. So if I am researching Gatorade, if I'm looking at sports drinks as an industry, what do I want to know? Is the market saturated? Are acquisitions and sales continuing to go up? Or for the big brand companies such as this, are they stagnating? Are they pretty solid and about to take a dip down? If they're about to dip or if they already have, do you want to invest in it then? But my point is, you need to know the question when you're doing research. Otherwise, you're simply out there chasing squirrels. So I'll give you an example, and it's one I share with my students all the time. There was a consumer products company. Consumer products are those items you can buy in Target, in grocery stores, and places like that. Consumer products company. They found purchases of their products going down. The revenues were decreasing. They couldn't figure out what was going on. So they hired a research team, primary research, to go out there and explore. Why are people not buying our product? So they were looking, okay, is their product more effective? Does it work better? Is it better positioned within the store? Is it the right color? Is it the right scent? Is it at the price range it should be? Are consumers reacting to the price, not reacting to the price? They went through months and months of research, changing different variables before a researcher finally asked consumers, what do you think about the packaging? In reality, the issue with the consumer product was tied to packaging. It was not tied to product, price, or color, or placement in stores, or anything else. A competitor came out with a different type of packaging. The other packaging was attracting customers. That was the challenge. So you have to make sure you know the questions. And then once you have the information, how are you going to use it? Are you going to take advantage of it? Are you going to consider it? Different kinds of market research. So if you go hire the #1 firm in the United States, it was probably the Nielsen Company, to do market research, they're going to give you some choices here. Personal observation. They stand at a store, they watch people go in and out, or they do a group of people and see how they interact with the product. You can take a target group of people and interview them, ask them a series of questions. You can survey them, and there's all kinds of ways to do surveys, whether it's informal in Facebook or in a classroom setting or in a shopping mall. You all know those guys with the clipboards. You can do focus groups. It was through focus groups that Fisher-Price really figures out how to build and what products to build for children. They'll put a bunch of 3-year-olds in a room, they'll give them a bunch of toys to play with, see where the children gravitate, and that's where they put their interest. And there's beta testing, which means before the product is really launched, they offer samples. They see how the consumers respond to samples. I included here a picture from a NASCAR race. Almost any large sporting event you go to, from NASCAR to Major League Baseball, any of those types of events, you will often see free samples. You don't necessarily know the brand that's involved. What they're trying to tell is, what is consumer reaction to this product? Once you have your data, you have to consider a couple things. What's your source? Is it a credible resource? Does the industry in general use it? And that's one of the concerns. So here are some accurate data sources, and your textbook talks about these. In your text, you will also see a case study for Ritz-Carlton. I'm going to encourage you to take advantage of the time to read those 2 pages because it gives you a clear insight on how market research can be used. So let's talk now about your assignments. The first one is an essay on market potential. If you're unsure what market potential means, if I manufacture this product, how many people are going to buy it, at what price, where are they going to buy it, and am I going to make money doing it? That's market potential. And then you're going to have another task in the HP Life Certificate tool. So I want to go there for a minute to help you with this. Let me get back to my browser, which is in here somewhere. Okay, let's save that, close that. So HP Life Certificate. You should be familiar with the HP Life Certificate website. We used it in a previous week. Make sure you log in, and what you're going to have to do is go to course info, and in the course info information, look up information on target audience. Once you do, you'll be in a position to start the new product or the new class. My challenge is I've already logged in, I've already gone through this, so I'm having trouble getting back to the home site. Let me see if I can get there. Here we go. This is where you need to go. You want to go to the catalog, and it's clicking, it's working on it. Once you're in the catalog, look for target audience. That's the course you're to take. It won't take you very long. I just want to make sure you give yourself adequate time to do this and to allow yourself to receive the certificate, and sometimes it takes up to 24 hours, and upload the certificate into Rio Learn so you can receive credit for it. So as always, I'm here to help you. If you have any questions, please reach out to me in Rio Learn. I'll be glad to help you.